Hello everyone, I am back with another video. In this video, I am going to teach you about how you can create custom selection slicer, or you can call it custom time period. As you can see on my screen, I have written two uses of it. One is you can make your report dynamic with the help of custom selection slicer, and the second, you can use more than one measure with slicer. Okay, so without wasting time, let's jump into the Power BI. So here I am in my Power BI file. First of all, I would like to show you my model. You can see in this model we have 6 tables. One is sales table, sales by store, that is our fact table, and we have 5 dimension tables which are given at the top: calendar, customer, employee, product, and store. Now come up back to the report page. On this report page, I have created a simple matrix. In this matrix, you can see I have taken product group, product type in rows, and number of orders, total sales, and average sales in values. Now what I want to do, I want to create a custom slicer, and I want two values in that slicer. One is current year and the second is overall period. Okay, and what I want to do, if I select current year, I want values which is related to the current year only. Similarly, if I select overall period, I want the overall values. Okay, so this is the agenda. So let's see how we can do it. Now what we need to do, first of all, we need to create a measure. In order to create a measure, let's click on new measure, and let's give it some sophisticated name called current year sales. Now let's declare some variable called current year. Now I am going to use a function name year, and we all know that year function retrieve the year from the date, so we need to give an input here of the date. So I'm going to use again a function name max. This max function, what will do, it will retrieve the maximum date from the calendar table. So I'm putting my calendar table, then transaction date. So here what I'm doing, my max function is retrieving maximum date from the calendar table, and then I'm using my year function. So year will retrieve the year from the maximum date. Now let's write the return statement. Now what we can do, we can use our calculate function. I have already a measure called total sales, so I can apply filter on this total sales. What I want to do, I want to apply filter on year. So I have calendar table and year ID. So if I put my variable here, that is CY, I have already created the current year. So now what this function will do, it will filter my total sales on the basis of current year only. Okay, now press enter. Okay, we need to rename the name. So we can call it current year sales. Okay, now the second step would be to create a slicer. So in order to do that, what we will do, we are going to use the functionality named field parameter. Okay, so here if I come to the modeling tab, there is an option new parameter. Click on that, click on fields. This window will pop up. Okay, so here what we need to do, we need to give it some name called period. Now what we need to do, we need to select either dimension or measure, but in this case what we are going to do, we are going to use a measure. So let's say CY and then total sales. We can change the name also, so I'm going to give it a name like current year, or in second we can put overall period. You can see that I have already checked the add slicers to this page. Now we only need to click on create, and this will create a slicer on our page like this. Now what we need to do, we only need to replace this total sales measure with this field parameter. So click on this metrics, remove total sales. Here we have period 3, that's my new field parameter. Drag it just between the order and average sales and just click on current year. Now you can see that I have values in my total sales, that is my current year. Okay, now if I click on overall period, it will change to the overall period. So this is how you can actually play with measures dynamically in your report. This is very useful when you are creating any report and you're showing, like, let's say 5 to 6 metrics in the same metrics or report. So let's say you do not have too much space, so what you want to make it dynamic with the help of Slicer, so you can go with this solution. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, keep learning.